Hello, and welcome to The Discriminating Gamer, the board game review show that sympathizes with gout sufferers across America. Not so much with gout sufferers in France, I guess. Anyway, we are here today to talk to you all about a new game from Morrison Games. This is a game that is about terrorism and trying to flee from good guys, or if you're a good guy trying to catch the terrorist. It is a game called VIKTORY, with a K, Terror in Europe. In VIKTORY, Terror in Europe, one player takes on the role of the evil terrorist as he tries to move around Europe planting bombs. The good guys, a secret agent, a bomb disposal guy, a special ops guy, they're moving around Europe trying to catch him. Now, essentially what happens is every turn the terrorist is going to lay a location card down in front of him on the board, and then when he moves to a new location and places a new location card there, the previous card slides over. He's also planting things on those location cards. For instance, he could either plant a terrorist cell that when it slides off the board will allow him to gain more points, strength points. He has got traps that will try to hurt the secret agents and bomb disposal guys and special ops guys coming after him, or he can plant bombs, and that's how he gains points. The terrorist is going to be trying to plant bombs all over Europe. Depending on if it's a big city or an airport, he's going to get more points than if he does it in, say, a smaller city. Now, he's also trying to kill the operatives coming after him. Now, if he succeeds in killing them, they are not eliminated. They essentially lose a turn, and then they get to come back in the game. And every round, they will all move, then the terrorist will move. Now, also critically here, before the terrorist moves, they're going to be able to ask the terrorist a question. They can ask the terrorist, are you in a specific city? Are you in a specific region? Or are you in a region that is currently occupied by one of the operatives? And, of course, the terrorist must answer truthfully to any of these questions. And that kind of helps the operatives to kind of zoom in and try to find the terrorist as he moves around the board. Now, the first thing you're saying is, this game sounds a little familiar. This game sounds a lot like Fury of Dracula. And it does sound a lot like Fury of Dracula. You'd be right. It's a very similar mechanical game, but with several key differences. Now, in Terror in Europe, there's only 3 spots for your cards. In Fury of Dracula, there's 5. Also, combat's quite different. When an agent catches up with the terrorist in VIKTORY, it's essentially a die roll. And there are a few DRMs, a few mitigating factors on how that die roll will go, but essentially it's whoever gets the highest die roll wins the combat. Whereas in Fury of Dracula, you know, there's that really intense card combat system. So, it's similar mechanically in many ways to Fury of Dracula, but they're not quite the same game. Now, if you saw Season 1, Episode 6 of The Discriminating Gamer, you know we love Fury of Dracula. Fury of Dracula is one of our favorite games. So how does VIKTORY Terror in Europe compare to Fury of Dracula? Well, there are some problems with VIKTORY Terror in Europe. First of all, there is a lot of luck in this game. Now, there's some luck in Fury of Dracula too, but it just seems like in this game there's a lot more. Like I say, in Dracula during combat, you can kind of tactically choose what tactics you're going to use against your enemy, and there's a little bit of psychology going on there. Here, it's just a die roll, so it's, again, just luck. Also, there are so many places people can flee to in VIKTORY that just when you close in on the guy, he can escape. The same thing's kind of true of Fury of Dracula. It's just kind of the nature of these games, and that can be kind of frustrating if you're one of the guys that's after the terrorist. Now, the weaknesses of VIKTORY Terror in Europe, I think, would be very apparent and make this game unplayable if, like Fury of Dracula, it lasted 2 to 3 hours. But here we have the beauty of VIKTORY Terror in Europe. It's about a 45-minute game. It's not very long at all. And for that amount of time, I think it's a pretty decent game. Now, it's not the best game I've ever played, but it's fun. I generally enjoy it. Like I say, it's tough for the operatives to find the terrorist, but it's not impossible. And it's got that kind of fun chase where did he go, and some detective work. And again, sometimes it just comes down to luck and just having to say, 50-50, I'm going to choose here. Or 1 in 5, I'm going to choose here. But still, because it's relatively short, it's a fun game, it's an interesting game, and I do like it. Now, with some of those caveats, I'm hesitant to say buy it, but what I will say is try it before you buy it, and I think you might be pleasantly surprised. Thank you so much for joining us on The Discriminating Gamer. Once again, I beg you, please, 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 like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. We are The Discriminating Gamer, and we are against terrorism. But not vampires.
Somebody help me on my feet again.